So this topic brings me so much joy to discuss. I have the blessing of loving my job. I'm a holistic personal trainer, and every day I get the privilege of helping people get closer to their goals. But one of the things I enjoy the most is helping people reach their power. Each of you have the power to be powerful or not. Have you heard the quote, "Genetics load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger"? Yes, the choice is yours. Do you want a powerful life or not? So let's discuss. Have you ever helped someone elderly put groceries in their car? Or maybe you heard of someone falling and being unable to get up? Conversely, maybe you were impressed as you saw a grandmother run after her grandchildren and play, or you were so surprised when someone told you their age because you thought they were 20 years younger. In the first example, you might assume, well, genetics, or maybe that's what happens when you age. But is it genetics or is it lifestyle? I have some statistics here. 28% of adults over the age of 50 reported no physical activity aside from their regular job. And then 95% of older adults have at least one serious health condition, and nearly 80% have two or more. Those statistics are staggering, are they not? So we should want to do everything in our power to not be in the 95%, right? So back to those examples. Would it surprise you to know that both of these women are in their 70s? The biggest difference between the two of them is what they did 10, 20, or 30 years ago. Yes, it's lifestyle that pulls the trigger. So if you see yourself as an active, traveling 70 or 80-year-old, I applaud you. But if you're having some trouble doing that now, we got some work to do to get you there. But don't worry, because any improvements in our fitness level at any age can have a profound effect on your future fitness. So this is not just a discussion for my friends in their 20s and 30s. This is for everyone. So let's do an exercise. Don't worry, not a physical one. Just grab your pen and paper for me. And I want you to write down 3 physical things you want to be able to do in the last decade of your life. Try to think of very specific things. It can be anything you want. Maybe it's being able to bend over and pick up your grandchild, or walk along the beach, or maybe live without assistance. But please be specific. Here is my list. I want to be able to run a mile at a moderate pace. I'd love to have the stamina to travel around Europe with my luggage. And I want to be able to jump into the water from my boat and climb the ladder without assistance. So why is this list so important? Because I believe if we have the end goal in mind, we can reverse engineer how to reach those goals through adjusting our lifestyle now. So science has shown us that our day-to-day function will decrease as we get older. In fact, beginning at the age of 30, the body naturally starts to decrease in muscle mass or lose muscle mass at 3 to 5% per decade. If we allow a severe worsening of muscle mass by not doing anything to combat that, it will cause problems eventually. Simple things like walking, standing from a chair, or being able to twist the lid off a jar. And I think it's safe to assume that your list involved more than just opening the pickle jar, right? So, what can we do to reach those goals as we age? We do know that physical activity is the #1 predictor of longevity. So we have to embrace movement. Yes, we need to build and maintain muscle mass through movement. You know, many people think of muscle as this, or maybe CrossFit, Arnold, but it's also this, being able to do things as we age. Pretty important, right? You know, I often hear from my clients, well, I walk daily. I'm a walker. But why am I putting so much emphasis on muscle mass? Because vanity or looks aside, we have to have that muscle mass built up so as we age and it decreases, we'll be able to reach those goals you wrote down. It is critical for longevity and your overall health. Muscles also do some amazing metabolic work that most people are unaware of. Having an ideal muscle mass to body fat ratio helps maintain a healthy metabolism and blood sugar levels in several ways. Metabolic activity. People with more muscle mass use more glucose and calories. So basically, you burn calories while resting. I'm okay with that. Next, we have glucose processing. Muscles process glucose naturally, especially when they're stronger and used more regularly. Lastly, we have glucose removal. Active muscles can help prevent glucose spikes and improve glucose levels throughout the day. So, good muscle health relates to good overall metabolic health, which really relates to good health for your entire body. So now we have the why building muscle is important for us to age powerfully. Let's jump into the how. So you may have heard this quote, with great power comes great responsibility. And one of the amazing powers we have is living in a world where almost everything is at our fingertips. You're all holding your phone, but there are advantages and disadvantages, right? From our phones, we can pay our bills, order groceries, run a business, right? But that's all without moving our feet. So we then have the responsibility to do what's needed to care for our health and maintain it as we age. So where do busy entrepreneurs and moms even begin to find the time to improve our strength and muscle mass? If I could pick only 3 things to focus on, it would be adequate exercise, workout intensity, and protein intake. So let's break them down. Exercise. Does that word just make you cringe, or maybe you start sweating just thinking about it? But first of all, what is it? It's activity requiring physical effort carried out to sustain or improve health and fitness. Well, not so bad when you say it like that. But exercise can be a wide variety of activities, from gardening to Zumba to strength training. It's not just a bunch of bros in the gym bench pressing. It can be anything, and we need to be healthy in a variety of ways. So I have some recommendations. If you love group fitness classes, by all means do it. A certified instructor should be able to help you complete it safely. Next, if you like to do your movement outside, that's great, but I need you to schedule it with detail, like when, where, how often, and what intensity level. Lastly, I recommend finding a personal trainer to help guide you, especially if you'd like to build muscle, because there's small changes and corrections they'll make during the session that will drastically improve your results. Next, we have intensity. Exercise intensity is the amount of energy your body expends during physical activity. The ideal intensity depends on your fitness goals and your current level of fitness. And here are 4 things to keep in mind. The rep range is a very useful concept. Our goal is to stimulate muscle growth, and this requires performing exercises with a weight that is so taxing you can only complete a certain amount of reps with proper form. In general, we want 8 to 12 repetitions. Next, when you're performing those reps, by rep 12, you should be unable or almost unable to complete another rep. You shouldn't have too many more in the tank. And if you can do more, I need you to increase the weight. You're probably stronger than you think. Next, proper routine. I love compound movements. Think of things like squats, deadlifts, pull-ups. You're getting great bang for your buck and time spent in the gym. But then don't forget about isolation exercises like bicep curls and tricep extensions, and really think about doing your total body throughout the course of a week. And then I think the key to a great workout and results is the tempo. We've probably all seen people, or maybe we're those people, doing what I like to call the fast and furious exercises, right? I need you to slow down. I like to think anywhere 2 to 3 seconds up and 2 to 3 seconds down will allow for time under tension and putting your muscle under the stress needed for proper growth. So if you're truly doing the correct things, these things, you should be seeing results. So a huge building block of our nutrition is our ability to build muscle. And this is important through our protein intake. Proteins are a main building block of our body. And evidence suggests that eating protein can increase the number of calories you burn by boosting your metabolic rate, which is the calories out, and reducing your appetite, the calories in. A 2020 review and meta-analysis concluded that a long-term, high-protein diet could increase weight loss, reduce the risk of gaining weight back, and help prevent unnecessary weight gain in the first place. Now, the recommended daily allowance for protein is drastically under what it should be, especially if your goal is to lose weight and build muscle. So I recommend you take in anywhere from 0.7 to 1 gram per body pound. You heard that right. So if you weigh 150 grams, that's going to be pounds, it's going to be anywhere from 105 to 150 grams. I've also included a list there that shows a variety of foods that help you put that into perspective. So this proper protein intake is going to assure that you're eating enough to build muscle. You have to eat more protein than you would if you were maybe doing light exercises or sedentary. Your body needs the energy to become stronger and protein to help your muscles grow and recover. Now, I know that may seem like a lot of things and information, but we have tools from doTERRA to help us along the way. First, the deep blue line to help with the muscle soreness that you're probably going to get after implementing some of these suggestions. The cooling and warming effects of the deep blue oil provide that temporary relief from discomfort. And the convenience of the deep blue stick for on-the-go application, and now we're probably going to add the frankincense stick as well, is ideal for pre- or post-workout use. With the menthol, this stick delivers temporary relief to minor aches and pains and joint pains. So for those of you who are going to add in strength training, or maybe you play sports, I need you to include this in your gym bag. And I love to use it when I feel anything getting a little tight or sore. I keep it on my nightstand when I feel some head tension coming on, or even sore feet from being on my feet all day. A client gave me a great tip. Put that deep blue stick in the freezer for an extra cooling sensation. So if you get delayed onset muscle soreness, then deep blue rub is going to be your go-to. Now for my older, wiser friends, maybe you regularly have some sore bodies or aches and pains, but I would recommend the deep blue polyphenol complex internally. This is going to help you put your aches in check, and you can experience that soothing relief as well. Next, we have the MetaPWR line, which touches on so many aspects of our health, but let's just touch on 3 briefly. The collagen with NMN. This generates NAD, which is central to metabolism and processing nutrients. Our body produces it, but it decreases as we age. 9 types of collagen with high bioavailability. If you are over the age of 30, you need to add this to your routine. Next, we have the MetaPWR Assist. The berberine in here is key. Helps regulate metabolism, improve insulin sensitivity for those with normal range blood sugar levels, can positively alter the gut microbiota, decrease fat cell growth, reduce fat cell storage. I mean, I can confidently say we are all okay with that, right? Lastly, the electrolytes. I believe everyone should be taking these. 75% of the population is dehydrated, and 75% are deficient in magnesium. So this recharge helps address this gap by incorporating magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium. My favorite way is just to take that along with my collagen. Easy peasy, 2-in-1. So how do you get all that recommended protein in your diet? Just spread it throughout your day. Between 25 to 35 grams per meal will help you hit the 90 grams. Then we add in the snacks and protein shake to get you closer. This is where I love doTERRA's protein. The chocolate and vanilla are delicious from cows that are pasture-fed and hormone-free. Whey protein is highly digestible because of its amino acid profile. 20 grams of protein from whey and other sources. This is perfect to add in. So no matter what your age, adding in a protein shake is going to be ideal to help you build muscle mass. So let's recap what we learned. Our 3 keys are exercise. Walking is not enough. You must incorporate strength and resistance training if you want to age powerfully. My recommendation is 2 to 3 times a week. And give attention to all muscle groups of the body and keep Deep Blue close at hand. Next, we have workout intensity, 8 to 12 reps. And if you get to the 12th rep and can do more, either slow down or increase your weight. Protein intake. Sorry guys, 2 eggs at breakfast is not enough. That is only 12 grams of protein. We're shooting for 25 to 35 grams per meal. Now the fun part, we have another exercise. Now, again, don't worry, just grab that pen and paper. So, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So, we need to set SMART goals. So, is being healthier really a SMART goal? No. They need to be specific. State your objective clearly. Measurable. Define how the progress is going to be measured. Achievable. So it needs to be realistic and attainable after considering all the factors. Relevant to your long-term strategy and any other goals you have. And then time-bound. We need to have a start and an end date to create a sense of urgency and motivation. So I'll give you a few seconds to think about or write down what your SMART goal is for your health. So instead of be healthier, how about I would like to increase my muscle mass and decrease my body fat by 5% in the next 12 weeks. Now that is a SMART goal. So I truly hope you can all walk away from this session with a few things. Having found your power to set SMART goals so you can embrace movement and age powerfully. Thank you.